If you're new here, welcome to my channel, Joy Studios. I make vlogs where I just show my daily life, my interests. If you're not new here, I can't speak. And if you're not new here, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a different video than the usual vlogs that I put out. I came to the realization very recently that I've never done a proper introduction for YouTube or TikTok, so I figured better late than never. Let's do one now. So this is going to be a Q&A / get to know me. So we're gonna get straight into it with the first question. I kind of drafted up a bunch here on my laptop, so I'm gonna be looking at this, so don't mind me. These are like the basic questions first. What is your name, age, MBTI, nationality, ethnicity? So you guys might be thinking that my name is Joy because my username is Joy Studios, but my name is not actually Joy. My first name is Erica and it's spelled with a K. Yes, not a C, a K. I recently turned 23. It's only been like 2 weeks. I turned 23 at the end of June, and my MBTI, I think it's ENFJ or something like that. But all I know is that I'm an F, and I'm pretty sure that means you go according to a lot of your feelings. You're very emotional, which is so true to myself. My nationality, I'm Australian, born and raised here in Sydney. And my ethnicity, my dad is Lao, my mum is Chinese, so I am Laotian Chinese. What is your star sign? I am a Cancer. This is a pretty random fact. I have a mole underneath my right eye here. And growing up, my mum told me that this mole means you're gonna cry a lot. So I graduated with a Bachelor of Strategic Communications and I majored in Public Relations. You guys might be familiar with this because on TikTok I posted my PR intern diaries. And actually prior to completing this degree, I was at a different university undertaking a Bachelor of International Studies, majoring in Chinese Mandarin. I didn't complete that degree though. Basically, to sum it up short, when COVID lockdown hit, I was already thinking about changing degrees to a media related one, but I saw that the university I was attending at the time wouldn't have the budget to really make some of those classes push through. So for that matter, I decided to change universities and come to one in the city. And yeah, my graduation doesn't take place until like October when I finished in February, so it's kind of late. Career and post-grad plans. So initially when I went into strategic communications, I just wanted to do something involved with media, social media, and that's where I found public relations. I saw that there was this big social media influencer aspect to the industry which really interested me. Through those 2 internships that I did, I was able to kind of experience that with my full-time job as well, even more. And I think after being let go of, I've become interested in marketing. But not only marketing, I've become more interested in roles that are centered around content creation, social media work, kind of still within that public relations realm, but we're getting a little bit away from it, if this is making sense. Yeah, so the internship that I just had an interview for is a brand coordinator internship. The role is content production heavy. It centers around a lot of social media work. So that was something I thought I could definitely just try my luck on. How did I start social media and YouTube? So I actually started just right before COVID lockdown hit in 2020. I hope I'm getting this right. I need to check, 1 second. I started YouTube in 2020 and I was on TikTok just a little bit prior to that as well, but I think it really started to take off for me in terms of like how frequently I was creating content during the first COVID lockdown in Sydney. I think during that period everyone was just so restricted and so limited in interaction and what we could do. I found a lot of joy in having these creative outlets. I guess the lockdown was kind of the catalyst for my social media channels to kind of grow as well, and I started to build my own platform. So in high school I took on a photography elective which taught me how to use Adobe Premiere Pro, and I had this on my laptop at the time as well. So going into YouTube I just used that software. It was very simple. It's just kind of like cutting, piecing it together, adding the text and whatnot. And I wouldn't say my editing has upgraded majorly since then, but I have moved to Final Cut Pro, and I guess I've been trying to experiment a bit with like the way that I do the text, the fonts and stuff like that. A lot of it's really just self-taught and like YouTube tutorials if I don't know how to do something. I think you can definitely see this in all the content I post, but I enjoy going to cafes, going to like new restaurants, eateries. There are a set bunch of stores that I always hit up in the city. I swear at one point all I was showing on my TikTok was Chinatown Country Club. Like I was there all the time. And a funny story is my friend and I visited that store so much, we became like kind of friends, acquaintances with like the sales assistants there. Like we follow one of them on Instagram, and like the other one like always greets us, but we've never properly introduced ourselves to them. Like it's just kind of funny. I feel like once I can drive, I can definitely explore Sydney a bit more and do some more fun things. This one asks favorite drinks. So I am a coffee person. I do love my tea, but if you ask me coffee or tea, I'd say coffee. I have at least 1 cup of coffee a day. And when I first started drinking coffee, obviously had iced lattes with like full cream milk. Yeah, and I'm like lactose, as every Asian is. I really wanted to cut dairy out of my system, and I knew that was not entirely possible. And I thought, where can I start? And I was like, okay, let's start with the coffees. So I began to drink cold brews. And I think cold brews is something that you definitely need to like adapt to your palate. Like it's not something everyone can drink. Like a lot of my friends still don't like it. They think it's too bitter, but I honestly think it's delicious, and I think it's so refreshing as well. Even though it's winter here, I still drink it. So it's either cold brews or ice on blacks are those two. I also really love Lab Cafe's matcha frappe, and Bunker 84 I think is the name of the cafe. Their matcha frappe as well. They're like on par, those two. Your most favorite clothing pieces? Skirts are really fun, and I have been wanting to get more skirts into my wardrobe. I have a bunch of like maxi skirts and like midi skirts, which I do like to wear out. My favorite maxi skirt is my Muji balloon one that I got in Melbourne. I also love a good pair of like pants, whether it be jeans or if it be like just like normal pants. I am a sucker for a basic graphic tee. I eat that up. A plain white tee with like a little logo, like I love that so much. It's actually embarrassing to admit in this day and age, but I love it. I do like to buy statement pieces every now and then as well. I tend to go more for tops rather than bottoms. My music taste. I've been a K-pop fan since I was in like year 8, so we're talking when I was like 15, like that's a really long time ago. If you've been following my content since the beginning of time, you would definitely know. I wouldn't say I've fallen out of K-pop, but I'm not as into it anymore. I still love groups like Rise and Hyphen, Knee Jeans. They're probably my top 3 at the moment. And then I also love R&B. I enjoyed Sold Out so much. Thanks to Sold Out, I got to see Tinashe, who's like one of my favorite artists, and I never would have thought that I would like ever be able to see her in this lifetime. So my hobbies and interests. So kind of like what I showed in my most recent vlog, I've been getting into active sports lately, which I'm so happy about. I really enjoy playing badminton. That's like my #1 favorite sport. And I also started bouldering as well. I do go to the gym, but I find it very hard to get myself in there because I go alone, and I do think it's a bit scary, but it's a work in progress. I also have been enjoying reading lately. I'm currently reading 2 books. The first one, I actually have them here. I showed this in one of my TikTok hauls, but it is I Want to Die But I Want to Eat Tteokbokki by Beksehi. And then this one is Breast and Eggs by Meiko Kawakami. Entering my early 20s. So now I'm 23. I am like almost halfway in my 20s. I don't like this. I'm also freshly graduated as well. So I feel like a lot of chapters in my life have been closing, but I believe that they are closing so new ones can open. I think I have been thinking a lot, reflecting a lot as I've been entering my 20s. Just a lot of major life-changing events. So I feel myself growing, and I feel myself kind of just expanding, if that makes sense, in like all different aspects. Thoughts on my growth in content creation since I started. I have a lot I can say about this. My content when I first came on was so like bubbly, cute, and it appealed to a very specific niche of like K-pop stans, uni students, people studying. When I went through my breakup last year in February, I took a big break from social media, and when I came back, I felt like the content that I made before it was just not me anymore. Like I was kind of in this different headspace, and I think my content strongly reflected that. So I did see like a dip in my engagement where it kind of just went a bit like but that's something I've come to accept. It's my platform, I can put out what I want, right? So yeah. And then fast forward to today, I have been so into creating my own personal fashion style, and I've been trying to document this on TikTok as well by making like fashion videos, like outfit videos. I think something I want to really try is like outfit building videos where I talk to the camera, so it kind of just feels like when you're watching it, like you're doing it with me. The last question, wait, where is it? It's from my friend Chloe. So shout out to you, Chloe. She said, "How much do you love me?" Chloe, I love you this much. The camera can't even catch it because I just love you that much. So I hope you come back to Australia soon. That's all for this Q&A / get to know me. I'm really sorry that it took me this long to make this video. I feel like when you start a platform, it's very important to introduce yourself and like get yourself connected to everyone. But here we are. I'm very happy that I've been able to build this platform and gain an audience and a following, and I hope that my content makes people feel inspired and is enjoyable to watch. I'll see you in the next one.